Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Chase. It's time for the Real Housewives of Potomac review. Let's get on into the lounge and let's get on down to the things, honey. Yes, the Real Housewives of Potomac is giving the girls what the people need, okay? And so we're gonna go ahead and get right on into it. With you, I have a full panel. Yes, I did unbutton my shirt. I'm hot as hell, and I'll explain to you why in just a little bit. But I am going to go ahead and bring on the panel. But not before I start us over on Instagram. First, y'all know I always forget to start us on Instagram. And I am so sorry to our Instagram fam, the titties. Titties. Yes, get into the titties. Tatas to Tuesday, folks. Tatas to Tuesday. Okay. While I'm doing that, we're going to go ahead and bring up our lovely panel itself, the esteemed panel that you guys come to know and love here on No Chaser TV. We have Jay and we have Tori B. Tori B, you look like you mean business tonight.
Oh yeah, cause I got some people to cut their ass tonight, namely Susan and Ashley Darby.
Well,
So
somebody just asked me, was I on Ozempic? Do I look like I'm on Ozempic? Because I'm not.
no, maybe it's the color.
I'm not on Ozempic. I did lose some weight, but I'm not on Ozempic. Is that what you mean? This shirt is way too big now. So
Maybe
anyway,
that's why you look slimmer.
you kind of what's the Ozempic look?
I think you sitting farther away.
Face
I
looks
think that's
slim. Come on.
helping.
Come on, face look slim. I want to go ahead and pull the camera up to me a little bit. But this is what's been going on, right? Well, the body slim too. The shirt is big as hell. Get into it. Look, big as hell. Okay, well, this is what's been going on. So I am disheveled. I am all over the place, but I'm still here. Hallelujah. Oh, I know you didn't mean it in a shady way, Wellington. I know you didn't mean it in the shade. But I've been doing the work, okay? And the Lord's been doing the work. Well, what's been happening is so I won't put you too much into the people's business, but the people did move this weekend into I'm still in Florida, but we are in a new home and it's lovely. And so I don't have a ring light. I can't find it. The settings aren't up. It's just all over the place. So I am sorry, you guys. And that's why we didn't get a Beverly Hills review out. But we're going to work on getting Beverly Hills out. And of course, we're doing Potomac tonight, and we're doing Married to Medicine tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Wellington. We do greatly appreciate it. While we're here, you guys make sure that you go over to, after you've watched this, and go over to the reality rundown right here on right here wherever you guys are. Instagram, if you're watching on Instagram, the reality rundown on the reality rundown on YouTube, I'm sorry, and make sure that you guys go ahead and check out their interview with the Toya Bush Harris. Toya did not hold back on the interview with the people, and she got into some things. It was a really well done interview, if I do say so myself. And whether you like Toya or not, I know that she's a polarizing figure. That interview was really insightful, and you guys are going to be seeing some clips of that interview. You know how we guys like to give you guys the clips on the interview that she did on the Instagram. The people are saying the video telling Ash not to sing Tony is so funny. Catch that dirt, honey. Live from Kuwait. Wow, thank you from Kuwait. We appreciate you. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the things that all of the Shanaks. So let's get right on into IT. And again, thank you for the compliment. I know you weren't throwing shade, honey. I just didn't know if there was a such thing as the look. Okay. Okay, no, that's last week, so I just do it from my phone until it uploads.
We on Instagram, right? And
Yeah, we on Instagram. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That comment was from Instagram that I read.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the episode because Angel says that her house was double booked and she was not evicted. She says that she wasn't moving to Potomac to be on the show so Ashley can kill all of that noise. Kiana says in confessional that they need to leave her girl alone. Stacy wonders why Sharice is slithering over to her and talking to her in lingerie at a kids event. Timo meets Wendy and Eddie, and then he leaves. Stacy compliments Wendy on her belt. And the girls play sack race and everybody's having fun other than Angel who's watching from the sidelines. All right. Let's go ahead before we get into the next portion. Let's talk about that is this a big deal with Angel? You haven't been here in a while, Jay. Is this a big deal with Angel? What is the Angel of it all?
It's a big deal for her. To everybody else, no. I mean, I get it. The word eviction sounded harsh, or implies that you don't have money to pay. But I think she's just too sensitive, like usual.
Okay, so you think that the ladies are saying eviction. So do you
Yeah,
think
that's what
that
I'm
she's
saying.
being too sensitive?
Yeah,
But
I think
but
she
they're not
is.
saying eviction in the technical term. I feel like they're saying eviction in the round the way term, which is you got evicted. There was something wrong, and you got evicted out of your shit.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I understand why she's upset,
Uh huh.
but it's not that big of a deal. Because my thing is, if you know what your truth is, just say either don't tell them anything or just say it is what it is and move on. It's not like they're not going to be satisfied. So you just making yourself look crazy.
Oh, okay, I understand. What did you think, Tori B?
I mean, it's just another dig. It's another. I mean, here's my thing. Angel is a little sensitive, but for y'all to go around and say somebody who has more money than all of y'all combined, catch all of y'all combined, she has more money. Her and her husband have more money than all of y'all combined. For y'all to sit there and try to say that she has been evicted is ridiculous. This was not a long-term lease. It looked like, a really nice place, but it was a short-term lease. She never signed papers. She didn't never own it. She wasn't, she was renting it until they could find a permanent home. So I think for me, it just was kind of annoying to keep saying that she was evicted. What I didn't like was Kay talking shit in her confessional instead of standing up for her friend and in that moment and saying, all right, enough guys, like we've ran this in the ground, y'all could stop now, it's too much. I didn't like that. If that's your friend, she should have spoke up for you, not behind the scenes, not in her confessional, but right there while she was present in the moment. And for me, Kay is falling flat yet again, and I'm not here for it. You're not a friend, girl. Sorry.
Um. Okay, I hear you. In the moment, I do think that it would be nice to see someone advocate for Angel in the moment, but also, right? Hear me out. Angel gonna have to start showing and proving y'all, and that means that you're gonna have to show and prove that you can handle the girls on your own as well. Whether or not Kiana in the past has handled the girls and always won a fight or lost, because this season she's taken some L's, but I think in prior seasons there have been moments where Kiana had, like, she cleared NECA season 8, she cleared Mia in Charlotte last season. You know what I mean? I think this season not so much, right? But um at what point do we say, okay, yes, this is your friend, you maybe should say something? Or is it okay to just be like, for me, I would like to see Angel chop them girls up on her own. I kind of feel like I'm in the middle. Like, I feel both. Yes, Kiana should probably advocate as she was doing at the beginning of the season. I don't know if you remember, she was sticking up for Angel more at the beginning of the season, but damn, at what point do you get tired, right? I don't know, Jay. What do you think?
I don't like Angel's personality anymore,
Okay.
so I no longer want to speak on her. I really am so goddamn tired of her. Like she's yeah, I really can't stand her.
What part of it? You think she's too sensitive? You
I
don't
think she's
think
too
that she takes
sensitive.
it
I
well?
think that she thinks that she's above and better than everyone. I just also don't think that she has a really interesting personality. Like if I hear mindful one more time, if I hear grounded, if I hear all this extra simple shit, I like get off the TV now.
Oh, well, that's funny because today when I'm watching or reviewing or looking at the clips or whatever I was doing, I was like, she should have named her business Mindfulness as opposed to Wanderlust, Wonderland, Lust, Wanderlust, whatever it's called, because she says mindful a hell of a lot,
All
so
the
she probably
time.
did that. I can understand that. I'm not going to push the subject. I'm not going to push the issue, but I do think that I do see a growing sentiment that people feel like Kiana should do more. And while I feel like she could do more, I don't necessarily know if she should do more, because if she does more, then it's going to be like, oh, well, Kiana always jumping in and not letting her fight her own battles.
I understand that too. I
I
get
feel
that.
like damn it, she do, damn it, she don't. But that's not to say that I don't get where you're coming from, Tori, because I do feel like, you know, if you know that I'm a non-confrontational person and I keep getting into these conversations, say, help me, girl, damn. Or I probably should remove myself from the situation. Because those are her friends independently of Angel, right? So, like, what do I do? I don't know. That's an interesting thing. Maybe we'll see something come of that in the future. I don't know. Um, I keep looking for at that one, and that's not the one. So let's go ahead and look at this one. All right. Was Sharice poorly dressed? Like, people are talking about Sharice's outfit. I really couldn't understand what she had on. It like a denim jacket and a slip. Is that what it was? I'm
It was
confused.
a corset. It looked like it
Oh.
did. It was a little bit of a lingerie kind of piece. I got where she was coming from. I mean, she did. She was covered up with a jacket. So I kind of understand where she was coming from. But it's not like she had her breasts out. I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
Now, the people have accused Stacey of borrowing from everyone's personality and other housewives across the pantheon to create her own. Notice she used the word slithering here. Coincidence, Jay?
No, nothing that she does is ever a coincidence.
So if I peeped it, did I peep right or did I peep wrong?
You peep correctly.
Oh, I get a compliment.
Mhm.
Ooh, vacation does you good, diva. Take water.
And he's also drinking water. I peeped that.
Oh, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Timo met Wendy and Eddie and got the hell on. What y'all think about Timo meeting Wendy and Eddie and getting the hell on? Do you think it was because he said, who? Like that? You know what I'm saying? Looking over his shoulder? Because but let me not do that. Is that
Doesn't want to
suspect?
be on this show. Like it.
Yeah.
He's
I
showing
do
up with
wonder
his
where
wife.
that's gonna go with them, because it's just like every scene that he's in, it's just like he'd rather be absolutely anywhere else. And I feel like Potomac's one of those franchises where men have to be involved in some aspect. And
Everybody participates.
yeah, so he's not gonna be able to get away with that for long.
Well, Ashley Darby has been able to get away with it for years. But I don't think that he didn't want. Was it that Michael didn't want to participate anymore, or was it that Bravo was like, "Babe, you can't participate anymore"?
I mean, I think Michael was always down to play ball. I feel like it's when their marriage, hit the shit. He's like, well, if I'm not with you, I'm not doing it. But I feel like Michael was always probably the most engaged after White Chris.
Drinks. Oh,
Okay.
after a couple drinks, or as long as Juan was in the scene,
I don't even think it was a couple drinks. I
a
just feel
couple
like
drinks.
I don't know.
I'm
I
sorry.
always felt like Michael. It didn't look like he was forced to be on camera.
Y'all got to stop. Yeah, Ashley has. I'm not reading that.
You mean
Ashley,
Pennywise?
stop. Oh Lord Jesus, do me a favor. To the people in on the stage, refer to the studio chat, please, the private chat. Thank you.
I saw
If you
it.
have not yielded to the private chat already, please do. Okay.
Let me take
All
a
right.
look.
Thank you. I appreciate the people.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway.
hollering. You know I'm inside dying to tell people what you know I want to because I overshare. Okay, anyway. All right. Sharice's son Jackson shows up, and we see that Ashley admits to Sharice that she was drunk and Ashley may have kissed Jackson. Then she says, would you be mad if I did a little bit more? Sharice says, keep your paws off Apollo. Keep your paws off of my son. And then she tells the story, she being Ashley, that Jackson drove her home after she was drunk from a crab boil that they had on filmed of crab boil or something like that. Jackson came into her house to use the bathroom. When Jackson came into her house to use the bathroom, left and he handed her a pair of keys. And Ashley has said on Watch What Happens Live, when he handed her, I want the private chat, when he handed her the keys, they felt electricity exchange between each other's hands and began to kiss. She also said on Watch What Happens Live that it may not just have ended at a kiss, and admitted that she has now come to say that she has been to Sharice's house on more than one occasion to see him while Sharice was not present. Since then, Sharice has lashed out at Ashley Darby, and says that, in this industry, you cannot have any real friends, and she feels that Ashley was disrespectful amongst other things. So let's go ahead and weigh in on this. I want to go ahead, Jay. Let's go to you.
I mean, Ashley is clearly freaked out. Like,
Uh,
I'm not like, I'm not surprised that she went and got on that boy. It's a little nasty, but
it's a little nasty.
I'm not surprised. I don't. I mean, I don't. Everyone's getting real up in arms on social media talking about she's been around that boy since he was young. I mean,
Yes,
which what he would have been. I mean, yeah, he probably would have been 17 or
he was
so.
about
But
17.
16. It's season 10, no, but season 10 aired 2016. They filmed that in 2015, so he probably was 16, 17.
yeah,
16 going on
16,
17.
17. But also, I mean, again, not to, this is gross and she shouldn't have done this. Did she know him? Like, do we even know when she actually first met him? I think people are
She's a married
assuming.
woman.
No,
Well,
no,
here's
no, no.
what I'm just saying in general, like when
Yeah,
did there
just in
yeah,
general. Like, I think
yeah.
people, there are some people who are making it seem like, oh, she and Sharice just had gone back 30 plus years and like she was in the damn hospital with him. It's still gross and she had no business doing it. But
It's not giving that for you.
yeah,
So here's what I feel, right? I did start thinking about that. At first I did not care because I feel like he's 27 and she's 10 years older than him, but every now and then you get you a little younger tender. I'm not gonna young tender shame the people at a certain age. I feel like he's approaching 30, she's in her 30s. I think that's okay for me, for this square. I don't speak for everybody. But then when I started breaking down the fact that yes, he was 16 or 17 when she got on the show. She was in, friendship with Sharice. She has been a good friend of Sharice for years after their rocky relationship. They did have a rocky start, at the beginning, and they got into it a bit during season 2. But ever since season 2, they have been cool for at least the last 9 years. She's known him as he's become an adult. That's the first thing, right? That throws me off. What I think though is also for someone to say the things that she says, like you're friends with someone named Giselle who says that you cannot trust Stacy around children and husbands, and when really you need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide everybody from around Ashley Darby because she's fucking everything in sight. And I do think that it is she lacks couth, and I've been saying this since last week. I am starting to like see the side of Ashley that everyone else has seen for years. And it's not like I am a champion of Ashley. When we're talking Ashley season 3 versus Karen and stuff like that, I was definitely not. And I've really never been Team Ashley, right? However, I have learned to come to ignore her, which is why she does not bother me as much because I just ignore her. But lately, she has been super egregious. I feel like for me, she has been super like just unbearable lately. Like with me, I was disgusted about how she brought that man on television. Josh Harlow brought him on television and broke up with him and didn't give him a heads up before they filmed that scene. I am a staunch believer that if you're gonna break up with somebody on scene, if you're gonna fire somebody on scene, at least give them the heads up and the opportunity so they won't be completely blindsided and completely embarrassed on national television, not even national television, worldwide television, because we know this show is worldwide because the people was in South Africa and recognized Sweet Tea. So this show is watched everywhere, right? Don't bring people on the show to embarrass them in that sense, to have to like she at this point she does like fucking anything for this show and it's not enjoyable to watch. Like it's just I am really like I want to get this out because I'm actually kind of disgusted at this point, if I'm being honest. Right. So then there's that thing, right? Then you're questioning this girl about her fucking house. And then you mention that, you know, as a mother, you would know when it's time for you to leave. I thought that that was gross because now you're bringing her mothering skills into Airbnb being double booked or whatever. The time was up, whether she did it for the show or not. We can get into that. You know what I mean? But you brought her mothering into it. And I thought that that was low and super unnecessary. And then last week when she said about Eddie, oh, I mean, not Eddie, but um, um, no, what is Angel's husband's name? Bobby. When she said about Bobby, oh, Bobby must have a temper problem. I feel like he has a temper problem. Super dangerous things. And now you're going around, maybe or maybe not. You're having a above below board relationship, not above board, a below board relationship with your home girl, because that is her home girl, and your former co-star who is in that pantheon that you guys have. You're messing around with her son, but this whole season, your gripe with Stacey has been that she has been going out on a date, allegedly, or not dating Monique's ex-husband. So then what the fuck were we doing for the whole first 8 episodes of the show? I'm sick of the shit. And I am a firm believer that everyone should come back. I've been saying it for years. But as of today, as I keep explaining it, Ashley gotta go. It's a wrap.
Oh, you wasn't saying
Ashley
that
gotta
last
go.
week.
I know. But that's how you know I give people chance.
I feel vindicated.
I never said that you shouldn't feel vindicated because I never said that you were wrong for saying that she should go. That's when the vindication.
I'm just happy you come
because I
to
would have to admit that would mean for me to say that I was wrong and you were right. I said everyone should stay because I like the group. I feel like this is a group that you can build on. But if this is what Ashley is giving us to build on, like just like saying anything out of her mouth and just being completely reckless, time's up.
Ooh.
That's how I feel about it, honestly.
Chase enjoying the
I ain't joining y'all ass.
Not
joining
me.
y'all ass.
I like Ashley doesn't bother me.
I don't like stuff like that, Jado. But do you get where I'm coming from with that?
I mean, I understand. I think
okay, that's all I want.
If that was a different mama, she would have got socked in her face.
But that's what all I want. Because let me tell you something, Giselle. Since Stacey is the person, right, that you say we got to keep her away from husbands and children and all of those things, right? Then don't say nothing to us next season if Ashley start eating Grace box. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Now, how about that? Let's do it. We're gonna do it. Let's do it.
Giselle was chuckling at the table when she
wouldn't be chuckling if about Grace and them.
Of course not. So yes, hide your husbands and hide your kids. Yes, she's back with Josh, and Josh is a damn fool because she calculated because she has no other storyline but you, Josh. You got back with her. This was calculated. After she done embarrassed you on national television the way she did. It's just, I cannot. So yes, somebody said it, and I was waiting for Chase Luther King to finish. But I agree. She is more like her ex-husband than we thought. Okay? I'm done. So I'm glad you said it all, child, because I've been done with Ashley Darby. She's this. Like,
I like Sheila. Sheila don't do nothing to me. I like Sheila. Y'all got me fucked up. Sheila can stay.
Add the fact that you've been butchering these black artists' song and you don't know that there's a black national anthem. You could definitely get off my screen, heifer.
Okay, now see that's where we crossed the line. Come on, the heifer. We got to do the heifer. We got to come on.
She a heifer. Listen.
You got no.
Okay, I'm gonna stop calling her that.
Thank you.
Okay. But I just don't see the reason why she's still on my screen. It's not what she's doing this season is not entertaining. I'm sorry. It's just digs and bullshit. Again, the stuff with Chris was enough for me. She tried to dog pal on Chris and tried to say he was trying to holler at her when he was just telling her to come to his job for the rooftop. And it just, to me, she's been just on this hamster wheel of nothing because she brings nothing. And but what I mean by nothing is she does not have a storyline. Her divorce was like a 3-year storyline. I'm just tired. We gotta stop. I'm off the train with her.
Yeah, I mean,
As I sip my coquita.
it wasn't any. I'm just real tired. I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. I'm
Hey
real tired.
Sean.
Hey to the people, thank y'all for coming on in the lounge. If y'all missed that, what we had to say about Ashley,
She
don't
said
I'm not gonna run it back. So y'all just go ahead and drag that thing on back a little bit because she got what y'all been waiting on from me. 'Cause I've been patient.
we
Because I
dragged
really
her
want to.
last week too though.
Yeah, I did drag her last week, I guess. You're right. We definitely dragged her. She should be ashamed of herself. I'm sorry. I think that she should be ashamed of herself more so though, because she does not live by the rules that she sets. And I think that is what really grinds my gears. That is what's most egregious to me. If you're upset at Stacy for going on a date, not even if you're upset, but you're trying to expose it and put it out and and I gotcha and this and that. If that is salacious, what the fuck is this? It's gross. And that's why it's gross to me. If it was just like some guy, if she met him on a speed dating, he so happened to be a little younger. Um,
Yeah, we not shaming you for being a
like
cougar.
that's different.
We're not shaming you. It's nothing wrong with being a cougar. Girl, I see you on that. But the fact that you said you was talking shit about Stacey and she shouldn't be dating Chris Samuels, you don't know what she did with Chris Samuels, and then you go and do this, and then we had a little smooch. Oh, not only that, she downplayed it in
She
front of
definitely
you.
downplayed it, and that's
She
why
downplayed it.
because I'm just gonna say this right. Well, damn, we didn't even got hold on, we'll say that for the next part. Sorry. The girls ride ponies, and Stacy says the girls act like they're about to win a new wig. Angel tells Tia that she doesn't need to move anywhere to be with anybody. She is gonna keep her head high. Stacy tries to fix Cameron to plate of potato salad, and she wants to know, is that plate a Trump plate? Stacy says it's an American flag, and she says that's the same thing. And tell it to Nicki Minaj. With that being said,
Fuck that hoe.
baby, that baby said, baby, I don't know what America you live in, but this not on mine. You better get you an African American flag up in this thing, okay?
Shout out to Kim. Yo,
Shout out to
I
Cameron,
love
okay?
that.
Anywho, Giselle's confused by Kiana and Greg, and she says that Greg is never going to marry Kiana, and I was like, oh, okay. Ashley says she kissed Jackson, and she says that in front of the group. Stacy and Wendy look revolted and repulsed. And Tia's like, well, Ashley's hot, so if one of my kids were to get with her, maybe I wouldn't mind so much. Tia, don't piss me off, Tia. I love you. Don't do this to me. But now that we've gotten to that part, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of it, because she definitely, I feel like I thought to me, I also dismissed it, if I'm being honest, because I thought that this was a ploy to get Sharice some camera time. I really did. I was like, well, maybe this is something the girls that came up with to get Sharice some her moment this season, some moments this season, or whatever, right? Jackson fine as hell. That's why I initially wasn't mad, because I was like, do you see him? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it, but that's why I kind of just dismissed it as fluff. But as I'm getting more into the details of it, it's annoying to me. But she's downplaying this relationship consistently, and I can see how Sharice, if this is legitimate, I could see how Sharice would have been misled behind what really happened. You have messed around with him more than just kissing, and you've been coming to my motherfucking house? Bitch, I'll kick your ass. Oop.
Creeping. That's what I'm saying. Somebody else's mama would have.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Jay, now that's what I find disrespectful.
I mean, yeah, it's not good, but
if I come to your house and
listen,
shaboink your son, you're not gonna care?
It's not good, but again, Ashley does not bother me. Like
you literally have to be in a state of zen.
I just feel like nothing Ashley does gets me up in a rut. Like, yeah, she's freaked out, she's fanned out, she's trashy.
I didn't think the things that she said about Bobby were so not cool.
Oh well, she said he had an anger problem. Oh,
how would you know that?
She don't. She just says shit. But that's what I'm saying. Nothing. I don't get riled up about Ashley because she's an idiot.
And for
Like,
a show to have so many accusations about, yes, I'm going to say the word colorism, I wouldn't choose to speak on. A, I just wouldn't choose to speak on a man like that if I were her. Unless that is
Especially
to be true, unless there's something that we have not seen, unless
right.
there's something that we're going to see, that was disrespect. That was gross in the moment.
Especially a man who is over a black man who is over a certain amount of feet, and like they already have
Yeah, they have to battle that aggressiveness thing.
yeah, like, and then you say that just like I myself have said has said I don't like using the aggressive word when it comes to black women because it's a tired ass trope. It really is. When
Unless you're aggressive.
right. And that's what I said. I feel like Kiana does. She is aggressive. So as much as we might not have like Stacey saying, you're the,
Well, no, she put the when
she
you're.
bucked up. She bucked up.
I feel like Kiana and Stacey have back and forth. I feel like Kiana and Stacey um they do their thing, they throw their shade, whatever you want to call it. They have their moments, but I do think that
It was
Stacey
rooted.
should want to be careful because that could be viewed as taunting, right? Well, what are you going to do, girl? You're going to beat me up? You're going to kick my ass? What are you going to do, girl? Normally, with people who do have real anger issues and are aggressive, that'll make them want to kick your ass for real. You get what I'm saying?
I get that.
So then when she kick your ass for real, now, oh, I told you, I told you, I told you.
Okay, but she did taunt. She did taunt Cookie.
I'm not saying, I'm just looking at everything. You know what I'm
I know.
saying?
I'm just saying. Y'all liked what she said. What you gonna do about
Did
it?
I say I liked it? I was shocked. But then I said, well, that must be
Detroit
the
Stacey.
side that Kiana was talking about existed that she told everybody did not exist. So that's what kind of just, hey, Miss Monique or somebody brought I.E. Monique. I mean, if you feel that way, I.E. Monique, Kenya and Portia, you know, Portia said, do it and get, Kenya told Portia before she got dragged, do it and get fired. Did she not?
Mm-hmm.
Do it and get fired. You know what I mean? So
now I'm gonna do it.
you just have to be, I hate to use this word, Jay. You know where I'm going. Mindful. Every time we say mindful, take a drink. I'm just saying, like, you have to all the way around. Everybody has fault in everything. Nobody is innocent. All the way around, everybody has fault, and so that's why I can recognize everybody have fault and still like who I like anyway because I like them, and that's how I view Housewives. Okay. Here's this. Go ahead and read that comment from CJ Hardy.
Yes, our black men have so much to deal with. Why, Ashley? She says so many inappropriate things.
Oh my God, go to Yanla.
Oh Lord, Jay, you need to go to y'all. Oscar the Grouch down at the bottom, y'all. Okay,
no, y'all know how I feel about this turning these shows.
No,
into
but no, the people can say what they want to say just because you don't like it.
And I can say go to Yanla.
You first. All right. Stacey is back under the same roof as Timu. A lot of people feel like it's fake. How are y'all feeling about Stacey and Timu being back together? Just a lot of people have a lot of conspiracies about their relationship. Jay, what are you thinking?
That's my bathroom break time whenever it's Stacey and Timu on my TV.
Okay, thank you. What's your name, baby? Is Tori B?
I thought it was very funny the part where she was like, "They say I need a bigger butt," and he was like, "Oh, I hope not."
Get that blackness on, baby.
Because she don't got
she don't have an ounce
of tail.
Yeah, no. But I mean, listen.
Maybe that's why he loved.
He might be a boob guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they tend to be boob guys.
Yeah, so she got the boobs. Okay.
Black men love ass. They could take a leave the breast.
She tailbone. It's not even ass.
It's a little bump.
And that's why I hate when she wears those skinny sundresses. Like, baby, you should not be wearing those. A gorgeous girl.
You-
This
All
looks
right,
so
let's.
sad
We're
from
gonna
the
move
back.
on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Angel is hosting the girls, but she doesn't want their disrespectfulness under her roof. And I don't motherfucking blame her. I don't care if you like Angel or not. Y'all can do what you think you're gonna throw shade at me and stay at my house. Child, please. Now, I do think that Monique and Ashley have hosted trips with girls that they don't like at their homes. So I get that it's a housewives thing, but also let's live in the real world for a little bit and be like, answer no. I don't know. She should not be hosting nobody at this house. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame her, but she need to stand 10 toes down on saying you is mad disrespectful, and no, I don't want none of y'all in my house since I got evicted. That's what I
Hmm.
would have said.
For y'all give me a noise ordinance and I get evicted from this one. Angel, excuse me, not Angel. The renovation is done at the Osefos. There's gold hardware and applique everywhere, and it's the picture of wealth and success. And now, and now they want to build a pool. Wendy wants to reach out to her dad, so Wendy FaceTimes him as they're speaking on the phone and gets emotional and realizes she has to accept the relationship for what it was and define her relationship with her father for herself. Um, Anybody have anything they wanted to add to that?
Cute scene, nice for the storyline. She ain't never mentioned nobody in that damn family till now, and now all of a sudden we making collect calls to Africa. Girl, go on. And that man did not care about anything she had to say on the other end of the line. He probably had to refamiliarize himself with who he was talking to because he didn't care. And their house does not. The taste seems befitting for Wendy.
Um,
Thanks, Jay.
yeah. He don't they don't do warm and fuzzy, so it's okay.
At all, honey.
Um, this I could relate on a small level.
I can
Just
relate to it in whole. Yeah.
yeah. Some parents are just not very nurturing. They don't have that, and sometimes you just have to accept your parents for who they are. And unfortunately, he's like, I don't want to dwell on the past. We have to move forward. Like, you are my daughter. Yeah, I get all of that. But at the same time, you can acknowledge that you were wrong for not seeing your grandchildren and your daughter when they came all the way to Africa and thought they was going to see you. The prior generations, they all have this stern way of thinking that because their parents didn't acknowledge what they did wrong, that they can evade accountability. And it's just a very messed up situation. I give kudos to Wendy because I don't know if if I went all the way to Nigeria with my whole family and we all said we were going to see you, that I would then be as forgiving. And so kudos for her for trying to move forward and actually having the conversation, not only with her dad, but having it on camera. So I will give her, all the kudos for that. Because I don't know if I would have been that forgiving or that nice or any of that.
Yeah. Y'all know I love the storyline personally. It's interesting. You guys have been here for a while. You may know the story about me and my father, who I haven't seen since I was 11, haven't spoken to any of that. So I do resonate with this story. And, I wasn't really getting into the conversation much because,
Neither was
um,
her father.
okay, let's move on. Um,
Child.
uh, Kiana and Greg discussed their relationship. I just feel like this is like
Oh, this part of the story,
I
Lord.
just like I cringe. I'm going through all this season. I'm like, girl, Jake finna say something crazy. Kay and Greg discuss their relationship. Kay has moved back in with Greg, and Greg says he is Kay's Mr. Big or Mr. Diggs, i.e., Carrie, and gives her a move-in box from U-Haul. And in that move-in box from U-Haul is a lovely bouquet of flowers. And he picked up something from the ring store that he was at with Kiana's mom and Angel, and it is a lovely picture frame with no picture. Kiana makes it clear that the condo is hers, and it was a gift from Greg, and he agrees. And then she says, "So let's talk about the deed to the house." And he says, "When you get married." And Kay says, "You mean we?" And he says, "You again." It sounded like to me. He didn't say we. And the conversation didn't go much of anywhere from there.
Slight correction. He said, if we get married. And she said, you mean when?
I mean, can I just say, man, watching Kiana film a scene with Greg is like watching those people, the things on Shrek interrogate Pinocchio. If indeed, I wouldn't say that's where I was, if indeed that was where I was when I wasn't. It's like, oh my goodness. I want my sister to, I don't like speaking on relationships. Y'all know that, but
She should have beat him over the head with that damn picture
I
frame.
just don't.
Like,
You went to the jewelry store and bought a frame?
I would have
wish
taken
you
that
would.
shit and thrown it across the room.
It's got to be a ring coming, y'all. It's got to be a ring coming. That was a setup. It's probably going to be a ring coming in the season finale. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the head. I
Pick
don't know.
me. Pick me. Pick me.
He acts like Ray. They look alike too.
I love Ray. Ray, whatever you say, Karen. Okay, Karen. I love you. Right. Oh boy.
Okay,
Oh,
please.
Gray.
Like we don't even have the words to break it down. You know what I mean? Like everybody just kind of just like, what the hell did we just watch?
I thought at least she would get, I didn't think it was a ring. I thought it was going to be a piece of jewelry, like a tennis bracelet or a necklace. But I did not think it was going to be a picture frame. Why would you go all the way to a jewelry store and pick up a picture frame? I need to know why. The
My
thing,
flowers.
a picture
My
frame is
flowers.
part of my thing.
flowers. My picture frame. Kiana, girl, I'm rooting for you. I'm yet rooting for you. And so if this is what makes you happy, everyone just needs to go along with the program. Tia said with her man, her life, her condo, her things. Tia is with her sister. Her sister lives in Nigeria. Tia didn't have a relationship with her sister. Y'all are crazy. With her sister until she was, but she did meet her sister when she was 12 by, ratting out to her mom that she met her brother and sister or something like that. And that's how her mom realized there was a lifelong affair going on that her husband was carrying on. Tia called her sister for the first time to tell her that that their father passed, which I thought was really heavy. Tia regrets not being closer to her siblings while their father was alive, as that was one of his wishes. Wendy's mom insists. Okay, so let's stop there. Tia was crying, and her sister was confused at the cryorization of it all. Um, what do we think about this scene? Do we have any thoughts, or we want to move forward?
Cute scene. I hope her sister helps her discipline those children.
That boy, baby, her son love himself, don't he? Baby, look, I look in the mirror. I want to kiss it too. I know that's right, little brother. Mwah. Oh, that's right. I think he was mad because she busted him out on camera about it. You didn't have to bring up on camera to you.
That boy folded so fast. She didn't
He
even
was like, well, how do you
guess
know
it.
it's me? Okay, I did it.
Mm. Mm.
Kids are so cute and so kid like. And that's what I'll say about kids.
But I do like the scene, and I've said this before. I think that Tia is one of the most natural newbies in a while, and this goes to my issue with Stacy on how we're naturally getting insight into Tia's life, and it's not feeling staged or fake, but we still just know about Timu. I almost said something really inappropriate. All we know about Timu and TJ and Bella.
I would like to actually get to genuinely know Stacy's life.
Ditto. Because
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of different housewives, personalities, and one-liners, and put together. And she made this persona and add the QVC voice with it at this point.
And she needs to leave the best friend at home for a while because I'm getting
Who's
sick
the
of
best
seeing him
friend?
in every scene.
Who?
AJ.
He's not gonna like that.
I
Uh,
mean, she can't rely on him, use him as a crutch.
mm. I do think that he oh thank you so much, CJ. I think that he does accurately convey like he's almost like the Stacy whisperer.
And I do think that he definitely is her friend. Like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't support her. I think it's more so maybe even production just allowing him to come around as much because it's not the same as like Miss Lawrence or
Or
the other
Derek J, where he's friend
or
whatever with all the girls, right?
yeah, and they were actually like working for what doing their hair or whatever, so they had a
Mhm.
reason to be around. He just comes and gives her pep talks. Like,
On
is
how
he
to
a life
handle
coach?
girls. Yeah.
He's what they call her talking head. Not her talking head. Um, not her talking head, but it's something they call it. Basically, you're just there to listen and give a little advice. But that's who she films it when she does those. Like how Kenya had her Aunt Lori.
Yeah.
Aunt Cisco. I liked her.
I
See,
do like I too like Auntie Cisco. I must be honest.
I
Um,
miss Kenya so much.
everybody loved Aunt Lori. I liked
I ain't
her.
like Aunt Lori when she got taken up for her sister, but I understood.
Well, think about it. Would you rather
I
have Aunt
understood.
Lori or would you rather have wild ass Susan over here?
We're gonna get to that because I
Because
got
I'm
I'm
gonna
something
we're
get
to
into
getting
talk
to
about.
it
her.
right now. Wendy's mom and her sister come over to see the renovations that they've done to the home, and they actually like them. Wendy and Eddie have black toilet paper, and she won't know she won't get no UTI. Was she won't get no? Okay,
That was funny though.
that was hilarious. But what will happen to me? Oh, let me not do that. I apologize, you guys. I won't be doing that, and we won't be doing that up here either. I apologize. Wendy tells them she called her dad, and Ivy says that, don't get your hopes up because he will never be someone that he isn't. He will never be the father that you're looking for. Susan calls him a sperm donor, and Wendy says that she shouldn't say that. Wendy wants to stop the conversation so that the kids can leave. And Wendy's mom is continuously talking, and Wendy points at Sharon as if she was Stacey Roosh pointing at Cookie. She says, I want you to stop because I'm trying to protect the kids. Her mom says, yeah, you've done worse. And she is not her friend group, so don't piss her off pointing at her because you're pointing at her and telling her and giving her updates about the man who abandoned her with two kids. Wendy says that that's their grandfather and they don't need to hear it. Ivy says Wendy was wrong for pointing her finger at their mom. Sharon, is it Sharon, right?
Susan.
Susan, excuse me. Susan gets up and yells and says they went across the world and he hasn't seen his grandchildren and he never showed up. But you talking about you don't want me to run him down in front of them? Wendy says she is doing too much and is trying to have a moment. Wendy walks to the other side and her mom says, don't walk to the other side. You walking off on me. You calling me an idiot. Don't call me an idiot. Eddie comes out and her mom and sister start chanting, bring Eddie out. Bring Eddie out. Wendy says Ivy sees that what their mom is doing, and she's not doing anything about it. And Wendy begins to get emotional and says that they always do this to her. Susan yells to shut up, and then she yells again, shut up, Wendy, and says that Wendy, you have an attention-seeking disorder. Wendy says she wants them to get the fuck out of her house under her breath. And she says, excuse me, what was that? What you said? What you said? Oh, baby, you ain't got to tell me but once, okay? And she gets up and she says that I have helped you with your kids. I have been there for you. I raised you. I quit my job to help you raise those kids. And you're talking to me about your daddy? You can go kiss his ass. Eddie asked Wendy, is she okay? And she says, you know what? I'm used to it. It's always two against me, and I'm used to it. You see, they left together. Um, she says, and I'm always by myself. And that is why she yearns for a relationship with her father. Eddie embraces her and tells her she is not by herself. The episode ends, and make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure that you're following us on all of our socials. We appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. It was a lot going on down to the thing. Jay, what did you think about that scene?
I would have been twirling with Susan and Ivy's raggedy ass wigs because you got one good goddamn time to talk to me like that, and we're gonna be tussling. All that bleach has seeped into that woman's head, and she lost her black ass mind. That was some bullshit. And I actually am finding myself enjoying Wendy this season. She should have unloaded the chopper on their ass because they do not like her. Like, let's be clear. She's not liked in that family. They like what they can get from her from Bravo. They don't like her because Little Miss Ivy, like she started her slip kind of show because all the other times she's filmed, she's always tried to pretend to be the supportive sister. They were bootlegging Candace and her sister, but that's a whole separate story. And then now you can actually see she don't really like that girl. She's tired of playing her role. And NECA was right about every damn thing they said about wild ass Susan. I believe that lady was probably on the phone saying, promoting every damn shrine, temple, whatever.
I must admit, and y'all didn't like it when I said it, but in the case of Wendy and NECA, I did say that I did believe her mama sent her to that damn shrine. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. Tori B, what were your thoughts on it? Tori B, nobody's gonna convince me that
she
Susan
definitely sent her ass to the shrine. She definitely sent her ass
to that damn shrine. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Okay, go ahead.
Susan, I'd have lit her ass up in that house. First of all, if I said I want my kids out of here when you saying stuff like this, why do you continue to talk and berate and be a pain in my ass? I get to decide. I raised these kids. They came out of me. What is okay and what is not okay? So in that moment, that's when Susan really lost me. Okay? She is absolutely correct. One day they may meet their grandfather, and I don't need Cameron repeating what you're saying about her grandfather, because Cameron looked like she did.
She gonna repeat it, and the reason why we know she's gonna repeat it because what she said about the plates at the beginning of the episode.
Are they triplets?
I'm not eating off of this.
Yeah, right. So I agree with Wendy, and she was correct in doing that. Protect your children. And the fact that your mother disrespected you in your home and continuously did it, and then had the nerve to curse at you and said, Wendy, you shut the F up. No way. That would have been the line for me. Now y'all got to go. Both of y'all get y'all asses out here. Go help your mother limp the fuck out my house. That's what I would have said. Because ain't no way.
This is when those tattoos on her make sense. Those big ass ghetto
ass. You see them tattoos? I was like, oh,
yes. Because I was wondering why she had those, and now it makes sense because she's just a tacky ghetto bird.
Okay, no. Okay, anyway,
and when you get out, you get no allowance. That's it. You cut off.
That's not gonna happen. But yeah,
I would have cut
truck
off.
driver. Yeah, it was a little truck driver.
It's my purse.
She got another tattoo on her
my purse.
On her chest. She got trailer tattoos everywhere.
Could you y'all come on? Okay.
She and Sheila would be BFFs under that bridge.
Healing and I'm thriving. She look the same. I keep telling y'all that. Y'all not gonna like what I got to say?
I never do, but
You're gonna say Wendy,
and I never care.
For pointing at her mama.
She was dead ass wrong for that.
She didn't slap her like she should have. That was
that's what got it jumped off. Now, if she was gonna put her hands on her mama, it would have been for the later part of the episode, the later part of the argument, because that does not negate the fact that her mom was definitely disrespectful to her in her house and just doing the most, right? But where Wendy went wrong was Wendy did do that point, right? Her mom was also simultaneously wrong because Wendy asked her to shut down the conversation so that she could have her kids leave the room. She would not do it. She pointed. So that was happening at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So they both were kind of and at fault, but
A point is not
Sharon, what I
disrespectful.
mean, that's just that it is to me. I just think it is. That's
Now,
just
if
how
you
I
I'm
pointing
feel.
with
pointing
your
at
middle
whatever I
finger,
want in my
Yeah,
house.
I get it. Y'all can point at y'all mom if y'all want to, and I get that. That's why y'all carry on.
now if she
Get
did
it.
this,
I don't.
then
You shouldn't be doing that either. Up here, are you crazy? Um, if y'all point at y'all mama, point at y'all mama. That's what y'all do. For me, I felt like that was disrespectful. However, as I was going to say, to get respect, you have to give respect. And Susan, you did not give respect by not stopping so that your grandchildren could go ahead and leave the room. Children should be untainted and unaffected of their view of people because of your view, right? Because of your view. You should not taint and pollute people's view with your thoughts and your personal experience with that person. And that is what she was going to continue to do to raise a little lineage of ex husband haters. You get what I'm saying? We really don't know what transpired for him to leave that relationship and the relationship that he has with their mom and the relationship that he has with their children, her children or his children, and the relationship he has with his grandchildren are three separate relationships. Okay. And so, what everyone has to do is stop projecting their experiences on each other.
Yes, I agree with that.
I don't think that what Wendy's mama said was wrong about him. That's her
Her-
experience.
Yeah,
He left me regardless because he may not need you don't need to be in a household to not leave your children. You ain't got to leave your children. You may leave the relationship, right? But you still show up and you still do what you're supposed to do for your children. Not only did he leave the relationship, but he also left the children too, it seems like. And that is her experience because from her purview, you left me. These children got advanced degrees. I've been taking care of these children. They got kids. I have worked jobs to the bone. If I had to drive a truck, that's why I got the tattoo for I got dog on it. Driving trucks to take care of my children. And you weren't there. So what Wendy needs to do from now on, because Wendy is well within her rights to have a relationship, and it is unfair for her mom to say, you should not have a relationship with your father because of what he did to me. I'm sorry for what he did for you. He was wrong for what he did to you. I hate what he did to you. But if I want a relationship with my dad and I'm willing to accept the terms of the relationship, that's on me. But you also have to understand, like Ivy said, he's not going to be the father that you want. You also have to understand, Wendy, that the heartbreak is on you too now. That's on you. So if he doesn't do right, he does act up. You can't expect the people who told you they don't want to hear about him to listen.
I get that. So whatever goes on between Wendy and her dad needs to be
It
between
just
Wendy
need to be
and her
between
dad.
her and her dad. She
Right.
cannot bring because obviously you're going to get that reaction every time. And Wendy Mama was dead ass wrong for acting
the
the way
way
she
I
acted in
would
that
have
lady house.
the way I would have thrown her favorite bottle of Clorox on her,
Hey, hey,
we would have been tussling.
I'm gonna say this as
hey.
someone who grew up in a household with two parents until a certain age until they were divorced. My mother never talked shit about my father in front of me. I might have found out later he wasn't shit. But I don't agree with her doing what she did in Wendy's house. You do not put your feelings on your children. If their father ain't shit, let them find out on their own. You do not. And she did project her own feelings into Wendy. And it's like you talking shit. And here's the other thing that really pissed me off.
Wait. Before you get to that, I just want to say the reason why you don't project you don't project those feelings um is because you have to deal with your own feelings, and just because your child wants a relationship with your father, with their father, it doesn't have to change their relationship with you. I guarantee you, Wendy respects her mom, Wendy loves her mom, Wendy goes above and beyond her mom to let her know that she's appreciated for what she's done too. But it is a natural feeling. Everybody has had a feeling. They may not necessarily feel like that now or after things have transpired, but they would like to have had a relationship with both of their parents if that is an option. And so that I wanted to add that.
Yeah. I just
Hey, lounge, y'all get that
chill out.
get that comment out of no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
Susan
Um,
doing all this, but then married another man, had a whole nother child after this husband. Like, why are we still on this?
I get it, but I think it's still she's absolutely wrong for acting the way she did. You
What are y'all
cannot
doing tonight?
expect Wendy to disown and not speak to her father because you feel this type of way about her.
Do
And
you understand where her mom is coming from now?
I understand, but you don't put
No, I'm
that
just
on your
asking,
kid.
do you think she has a point?
No.
Whether you have a point,
Well,
whether
excuse
she
me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Tori B. Please get yours out. And then Jay, tell us why you think Susan does not have a point. Go ahead.
whether or not she has a point, Wendy did not choose her father. That is not on her. And that is perhaps why I don't have any children. Because God forbid I choose the wrong man and I got to deal with him and the kid got to deal with him for the rest of their life.
Mhm.
I don't care about what y'all talk about. Oh, you only got to deal with him for 18 years. Bullshit. My father is still in communication with my brother's mother, as well as my mother. Because whatever you do, whether you like it or not, if
Mhm.
something's wrong with your mother, it affects your child. So you do have to be there. Okay. So my thing is Susan was categorically wrong for pushing her feelings out on her children. You do not do that. Just let Wendy be like, okay, she wants to start all over with her dad and leave it the hell alone. Your feelings, you need to take that out on Edwin.
And I think that's harder. I think that's harder. I think it's easier said than done.
Then go
But it
get some
needs to
damn
be
therapy
but
instead of
it
buying
needs to
Christian
be
Dior
done though. That was
bags.
my next. It needs to be done. She has to. Wendy's mom has to be able to reconcile the fact that people are do not have to feel the same way you feel, and you even though they don't feel the same way you feel, it does not mean you're entitled to your feelings about your relationship with him. And I know she also is feeling that way because she's seen the hurt and disappointment in her children when they've reached out to him and he wasn't there. So for Wendy to bring up, I don't want you disparaging him in front of my grandchildren, I can't even knock Susan for saying the grandchildren that he couldn't even be asked to show up for when they came clear across the country for the first time. I understand what she's saying. I just think that it's a lot of projection and she's conflating the two, and she wants everybody to be just upset with him because of what he did, not only to them, but what he did to her.
And as
And
a parent, she's wrong for
you can be all of that stuff, but just because you don't agree or you're upset or you don't like the way that somebody has done things in the past or what they've done to you doesn't mean that you also don't get to put a comma behind that and say, and I still would like a relationship with them moving forward as long as they're able to acknowledge the hurt they caused and then put a period on it. She want to put the period before the comma, and you can't do that. Before I go ahead and give it over to Jay, because I do want to know why he feels like Susan does not have a point. what I just did was drop the link. If you guys want to comment on the Real Housewives of Potomac episode, go ahead and give us a call. Copy and paste that link into your browser. Call on up here, and we will let you say what you got to say about the Potomac episode that we just got. And could you please elaborate to the people, Jay, why you think Susan don't have no point?
Because she's an idiot.
No, are you serious? I need you
That,
to elaborate.
all of that, I would have said that's a
Period.
personal problem,
I
lady.
need him to elaborate and give some
I
dialogue.
would say that's a personal problem. None of that, nothing that Wendy said, none of that conversation needed that to escalate. And I hear you about the okay, yeah, you trying to protect their grandfather who they don't know, but none of that other stuff. She could have said it and left it there. All that other stuff talking about her emotional seeking addiction, all that attention seeking addiction.
What there was a lot of things that that's a good point, Jay. Like there were a lot of insults. Like she said, she said not only just the attention seeking disorder, she also said that
she's not connected to
it
her
wouldn't be the
culture.
worst thing that you did. Remember?
Yeah.
So what has Wendy done that's been worse to her?
I guess not up her allowance, but I mean,
or quitting her job. Remember, she was.
But you quit the job, and I was also feeling her when she said that. It did pull at my emotional heartstrings when she said all of the sacrifice she made for Wendy. But I also am very, very, very vividly reminded of the fact that she said that in that tradition and in their culture, the parents stop working and the kids take care of the parents. So I guess it was a consolation prize that you had, not a consolation prize, but you watch the children. Yeah, but you were going to quit the job regardless because in your culture, the children are supposed to take care of you. So I had to throw that out the window. We got a caller.
Somebody needs to interview Eddie's parents. Get their side of the story.
Hey, caller. Hey, Cohen. How you doing?
Hey, y'all. Merry Christmas. How are y'all?
Merry Christmas to you. Oh, it's a reunion.
Greetings.
Yes. Well, because it's Christmas, I'm gonna try to be nice.
Just be yourself, baby. You're not a nice person, so just go ahead and say what you got to say.
Well, that is not true. I'm very nice.
Have you been naughty? Have you been nice?
I've been good. I've been
good. Get into it. Okay.
But long story short, like someone said, I think for one, this has been a long time coming, finding out how her mom actually is. And, and I was always on NECA's side too. And even the way that whatever happened with Mia in regards to Wendy's mom, I mean, I'm just being it's the truth. It's the truth though.
Go ahead. No, it's your time. Please.
And I know with Black people, we got to be careful with words like witchcraft and stuff like that. Because I do think that kind of is a part of our heritage a little bit too. So I try to be careful with that. But I do think that lady's mom definitely has been, she's been praying or whatever you'd want. She's been praying on somebody's downfall. I definitely do believe that. But at the same time, though, with all this disgust that she has for Wendy's dad, she does need to sit and see a therapist, because at the end of the day, obviously she wants a relationship with her father, and because she wants that you shouldn't dictate your child's relationship at that age anyway, especially when that man could have changed and you actually want nothing to do with him. You probably don't even talk to him. And then at the end of the day, if it was that much of a trigger for her, she could have at least just said, you know what, Wendy, I cannot talk about him at least on camera or something like that. She could have easily did that, but she took it all the way to 10 because she talks about Wendy wanting a moment. She's the one who really wants the moment. And I'd hate to go there, but allegedly, and that's why I'm saying big allegedly. Yes. I think that this is the reason why Wendy's in the situation she's in right now, because at the end of the day, you're trying to appease your mom, but there really is no ceiling for how much you can really appease her. And I just think this shit is bullshit. And I know you have a problem with her pointing, Chase, but at the end of the day, I don't think she really meant to point at her. I just think that the situation was getting to a point there where she couldn't really be able to handle it. And that just, that was just how she kind of handled it in that moment. I don't think it was that serious like that. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're in her house and she was trying to get the kids out because she knew where the situation was trying to get to. Yeah. So I don't really, I can't really be mad at Wendy. I also kind of do feel bad for her here. But at the same time, though, she is old enough to know, she's just old enough to not to be peer pressured by her parents, because this is bullshit on it, quite frankly. And then for her sister to do what she was doing too, you can tell she's part of the problem too.
Same wigs.
Listen. Hey, okay, I hear you. And you know what? In now that you pointed out, in hindsight, it maybe I don't think that she was purposely. I don't think it was like her being maliciously disrespectful. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think like that probably wasn't the best thing to do with a with a black mama. You probably shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, if as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and break it down like this. So I'm actually gonna give Wendy. I'm gonna let that go for Wendy, right? I think that her pointing allowed her mom to take the focus off of how she was contributing to the situation and dump it on Wendy
Mm-hmm.
and give her the reason for the crash out.
Yep.
So she gave her mom that because she had that small room for error. I do think that you should not point at your parent. That I still stand on that, but it may not have been a big of a deal. But because you're in an argument with people, certain people like to do that to you. Certain people like to focus on the stuff that shouldn't be focused on in order to get you off. Because in order for Susan to stop doing what she was doing, which was running down their dad in front of those children, it would also for her have to mean that she would have to admit that she was wrong.
Mm. And can I say one last thing
Oh,
too?
that's good, isn't it?
No, that was good.
That was good. All right, come on. What you got
I just
going?
have one last thing, and my
Come
thing
on,
is
add it.
that I think that it was really disrespectful for Wendy to argue with her in front of her husband like that too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like stuff like that. Like I think arguing in front of like with family in front of your partner, I just think that that's kind of like a I don't know, because I sometimes feel like when you do that, it feels like you give your partner, let's say something bad or something does go south, you kind of give them ammunition to argue like that or talk to them even more crazy when they're not with family or stuff like that. I didn't respect that, and then the way that she was trying to manipulate Eddie and trying to say like get your wife or do something like
Yeah.
that, especially when he probably doesn't even know a fraction of what that relationship's like, especially knowing the dynamic with his family and her family, it really makes you beg the question on a lot of this shit, quite frankly.
Yeah, that was a bad moment. Bring out Eddie. That was making it worse to me. That just
Yeah,
really fanned the flames. That was bad.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much, Coin. You know, this is a reunion. Coin is one of my first children in media. And
Oh,
so, and Wellington's my other one. Don't let them get it twisted, okay? My media babies. And so yeah, let's get into it. Okay. Thank you so much. David says it was a moot point. Do you, David? Act a fool, cut up. Do you? That's you, act a fool. Thank you so much, Corn. We appreciate you. Do you have any projects going on, Corn, that we should know about?
projects.
What's going on with the movie stuff?
Well, we're heavy in the film season. I'm not gonna lie, the Ariana Grande stands are kind of eating me up on Twitter, but that's okay. She may or may not get nominated, but that's okay.
All right. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much, Cohen, for calling in. We do greatly appreciate you all the time. You know, we go way back, like, the seats.
Oh, wait, Chase, actually, I forgot.
Yeah.
I am working on a best films and best performances of 2025, in film articles. So that should be out within the next couple of days. So hopefully.
Okay. So make sure that when it's out, you come back to one of the lives and drop it in the live so we can give it to the people. Okay.
Okay. All right. I will do that.
I appreciate you, Cohen. Thank you.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. All right, you guys. I think that we had great dialogue. I do think that there's something that we did miss, and it was the Ivy of it all. I did not like the bring Eddie out thing, and I was like, Ivy could have really sat there and tried to
mediate
the situation, and instead she dogpiled on her. And I always thought that Ivy, or maybe that was Candace's sister. I get what you're saying now, Jay. One of the sisters is always like, "Child, I don't give my mom that, and mom be acting up, but I don't care, child. I tell her what it is."
That ain't Ivy.
That was Candace's sister who's like that, right? Okay, thank you. But yeah, I thought that Ivy doing the bring Eddie out thing, and it just
Ivy's always been
I gotta give it to Wendy, even though I think everybody has points. I do think I gotta give it to Wendy on this one.
Ivy's always been a slick hater to me. And I mean, first of all, when you walk out the house looking like that, you're not coming to be serious. So
okay, all right, y'all. I don't understand it.
I didn't like it, but I just felt like Susan had way too much vitriol for what was happening to be cursing And to me, also, she definitely projected that attention seeking disorder about Wendy. I think she's the one that's the attention seeker in the family. That I mean, not to say that Wendy doesn't like attention, but for her to say that, I'm like, where you? I think she get it from you. I don't know what you talking about, lady.
Yeah, there was some definitely a lot of disrespect and some very pointed things said. I do commend though, like you said, Jay. I commend uh, Wendy. I think that this insight is real, is raw, is gripping. From the dad thing, the yearning of the relationship with the father thing, to the feeling like the 2 versus 1. We're actually peeling a lot of layers back. There are some cringe moments from Wendy this season, but we're also peeling some layers back into seeing what's made her and fueled her to be the person that she thought she wanted to be. Because I think that no matter what happens in this situation, hopefully it'll be cathartic for her in the sense that she can come out of it once it's all done and whatever the verdict is in the situation, and be who she truly wants to be moving forward, because it seems like a lot of the things that she's done has been for the others' approval, mostly her mom.
Yep. But we said that. I said that before. I said I think a lot of what we see from Wendy is what, they stress education, and you should stress education. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like the when she talks about the 4 degrees and everything else, it's very cultural, and this is what
But
they
this,
want them to be. And accomplishments are great, but if you're gonna smack somebody with it every time you're around them, that's not cool.
and you know
So
what? I think that we're watching the awakening of Wendy Osefo,
it might be.
because she's starting to realize that the things that were, as we saw how she was getting ready, her mom was getting ready to put that into her children, were drilled into her and instilled into her, and it's not necessarily what she wanted. So I don't know. We'll see where we go from here. Angel said, people can't come to her house, but you can always come to ours. Okay. I want to thank the people. Thank you, Cohen, for calling in. Thank you, Wellington, for your super chat. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Tori B. And thank everybody. Make sure that you're liking, commenting, subscribing, and go to YouTube and hype the video so we can get in the algorithm, so we can get out there more. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching across. Oh, that sounded like Brittany just didn't it?
Oh, I had one thing we should have brought up, but we can do it next time.
No, we can bring it up right now. And then we go.
Ashley saying that Wendy could kick rocks on Watch What Happens Live, I thought was very it was a very kind of pointed statement. She took a hard left, because Wendy's not gonna she's not gonna forget that.
Wait, how did it happen? Because I should have watched, because it's part of my job now.
Watched half of it.
Yeah. So it was when it was like one of the audience members asked her about what she said at BravoCon, like basically whatever, and then she said, "Oh, it was an apology to her children." And Andy was like, "Okay, to be clear, it's not an apology to Wendy." And she was like, "No, I'm apologizing to her kids, because they're innocent bystanders." But then when she ended it and said, "Oh, but Wendy could kick rocks," I was like, Ashley doesn't normally get like that to people. So
we got a reunion.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a reunion. We got a reunion, y'all. We got a reunion. Got a reunion. We got a reunion. It's some people got to show and prove at this reunion. Everybody.
Wendy gonna come out guns a blazing, child.
Everybody got something to prove at this reunion.
I kind of am thinking that, I know we've always said that season 5, 7, and 8 were like nasty reunions.
It's gonna be a nasty one.
I think this might be the nastiest one, because there's not a lot of true friendship or love amongst this group.
This is going to be.
Wendy gotta talk her shit.
Yeah.
Wendy gotta talk her shit.
Everybody does. Angel's got to talk. Kiana's got to talk.
Yep.
Stacy got to talk it, because there's one thing to get them in scene, but at the reunion is a different beast. And I think that Stacy's going to handle herself well at the reunion. But we've seen people perform amazing and flawless during the season and get to that reunion. And Kenya Moore's first 2 seasons, her first 2 reunions, They weren't good. They weren't good. You know what I mean? So we've seen it happen before where girls perform really well throughout the season and don't, and we've seen it where girls have performed horrible through the season and came and say their job at that reunion because Angel gonna have to get up there and say, Kiana is not perfect by far. Bobby is not perfect by far. She's gonna have to get up there and proceed for her life. With that being said, did you guys have anything else to add before we go?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you wherever you're watching. You know, we love the people all the time, and all the time the people love us. We're going to see if Grouchy down there can shake it off and come talk to me about this Salt Lake City. I just sprung that on him.
When? Tonight?
No, girl, hell no. You know what time it is?
I'm about to say.
Hell to no.
I'll
Talk about it, but we got to get it out. I want to get it out for the people for the holiday, you know?
Okay.
And we're behind, so I got to get it out. With that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, because we got a lot to talk about with that Toya Bush Harris and the Married to Medicine girls. But the girls have work to do, amen, and we do too. With that being said, we're going to see you. But before we do, make sure, as I mentioned to you earlier, you take your fine little pretty little self down to the Reality Rundown because they had an interview with Married to Medicine's own Toya, and I was able to ask Toya a question. So I want to thank the Reality Rundown for including No Chaser TV in their interview with Toya Bush Harris. And make sure you guys go ahead and chop that up. Tell them that No Chaser TV sent you down to the thing. We do greatly appreciate you. And with that being said, we'll see you when we see you. Peace. Two fingers.
Rundown, we are all about amplifying and highlighting our fellow Black creators. So we have a fan question from you, from another Bravo content creator who is not only a fan of the show, but a fan of yours, coming from Chase Brown.
Hi, Toya. I'm Chase of No Chaser TV. And my question for you would be, if you had to come up with a dream cast for Married to Medicine, past and present, who would you choose to be on your dream cast and why?
Oh, you know, I'm keeping Jackie today.
Today.
Today. I'm keeping Jackie today.
Let's emphasize today.
Yes.
That can change.
I love Simone. I love Brandy. I love all of my castmates when they're their authentic selves. You know, I vacationed with Contessa. I have enjoyed Simone and Cecil on nights where we're just in raw form.
Yeah.
And Heavenly, I've known her longer than any of them. And so I will say when they're being authentic to themselves, they're great. And that is the perfect cast.
Yeah.
Can we add a little spice? I think that's why I love Brandy. I think she's the middle ground that we needed.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I think some people want to come in and ride our wave, you know, and that's not what I'm interested in allowing them to do. And I think that just like I've had to work for the last 12 years to be a OG on Married to Medicine, I think everyone needs to bring their authentic self, their authentic opinions, and whether you can't win out of all the crowd.
You can't.
And I think some people want to come on and just be that girl who everybody loves. And it's like, yeah, but is that reality?
Okay, so no, we got it. So who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? I have some inklings.
You know, I just feel like some of the new girls, and I'm gonna let you be the judge of it. I would love to hear your opinion later in the season. I just feel like they are here just because we're up here.
Yes.
But if
y'all
we're
have
down here, they would apply for the Housewives. That part.
You know. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Because I've seen some of the others on other franchises.
See them a little bit.
Yeah.
It makes you question. You're like, well,
yeah.
You know, do they want to be there?
Right.
You know,